Hey guys, happy New Year's Eve. I thought I'd do something a little different this year. No crowded parties, no loud clubs. Just me, you, and this cute little cabin I found on short notice. Isn't it perfect? I gesture around, taking in the rustic charm of the wooden walls and soft lighting. The fire crackles faintly in the background, the warmth of it reaching me, but I can't ignore the way the shadows in the room stretch and move just a little too much. I laugh it off, but the hairs on the back of my neck tingle. Still, it's all part of the vibe. I mean, it's a little creepy being out here alone, but that's the vibe, right? Totally worth it for the aesthetic. I shift, the room lighting casting soft, flickering shadows as I move to set up the table. I hang decorations, light candles, and prepare snacks with an easy rhythm. My phone buzzes, notifications lighting up the screen. I feel the familiar rush of joy. This is what I love. Connecting, making people smile. Okay, quick poll, what are your New Year's resolutions? Mine is to hit 1 million followers, and we're so close. My phone pings with new comments. I laugh softly at a few, respond to others, and feel the warmth of my community growing. The sound of typing and laughter fills the quiet space, though it feels oddly still tonight, like the air is waiting for something. But I shake it off, continuing to interact, keeping the connection strong. The clock on the wall reads 11:15 p.m., its ticking growing louder in the otherwise quiet room. My cheerful energy, the one I've been trying to hold on to, starts to waver. A shiver runs down my spine, but I push it away. I focus on the camera, trying to stay lighthearted, but I can feel the unease creeping in. Weird, did you guys hear that? I glance off-screen, my eyes scanning the shadows in the corner of the room. There's a faint scratching sound, like something dragging against the window. I freeze for a second, my pulse picking up. The sound seems so close, yet I can't see anything. My breath catches, I laugh nervously, trying to cover it. Probably just a branch on the window. Anyway, let's talk New Year's traditions. The scratching stops suddenly, replaced by an unnatural silence. It feels thick in the air, almost suffocating. I swallow hard, feeling the weight of it press on me. I fidget with the corner of my blanket, glancing around the room, trying to stay upbeat, but my voice falters. Okay, maybe I'm just psyching myself out, no big deal. The chat floods with messages, too many to keep up with. Did you hear that? What was that sound? There's someone behind you. My stomach drops. I turn, my heart pounding in my chest, but there's nothing there. Just the empty cabin and the soft flicker of the candles. The shadows stretch, but they're just shadows, right? You guys are trying to scare me, not funny. I force a smile, but my hands are trembling slightly. My mind races. The air feels colder now, heavier, like it's pressing against me. My pulse is too loud in my ears as I turn back to the camera, pretending everything is fine. It's 11:55 p.m. I sit close to the camera, my knees pulled up slightly as if that small barrier could shield me from the growing unease settling in the room. The wind outside has picked up, its howling slipping through the cracks in the cabin walls, carrying with it an icy chill that brushes against my skin. I shiver, trying to shake off the tension. 5 minutes to midnight, just 5 minutes. I force a smile, leaning in closer to the camera. My heart is pounding, but I try to keep my voice steady. I've done this 100 times before, connecting with my viewers, making them feel like they're here with me. So why does it feel like I'm the one who's being watched? All right, 5 minutes to midnight. Let's count down together, yeah. My voice echoes slightly in the small cabin. The fire has dimmed, casting long, flickering shadows against the wooden walls. Then, faintly at first, I hear it a scream, distant, carried on the wind. It's so soft I almost think I imagined it, but the chat lights up with messages. Chat comments read, "What was that? Did anyone else hear it?" Brooke, turn around. The messages flood in, their urgency prickling at my already frayed nerves. I glance at the screen, then over my shoulder, but there's nothing there. Just the same empty cabin, the same restless shadows. I laugh nervously, the sound brittle, forced. Guys, you're making me paranoid. I keep talking, trying to brush it off, but there's a strange feeling crawling up my spine now, a sensation I can't quite shake. My words feel wrong. They don't match the movement of my lips on the screen. The chat slows, and then more messages pop up. Chat comments read, "Brooke, your voice isn't syncing. What's going on? Stop this, it's freaking me out." The clock strikes midnight. The chime is loud, unnatural, like it's echoing from inside my skull. The scream I'd heard before crescendos, splitting into an ear-piercing wail that fills the cabin. My ears ring as the sound glitches, warping into something otherworldly. The screen flickers, distorting my image. For a split second, my reflection in the monitor doesn't move the same way I do. My breath catches, my chest tightens. This isn't normal, this isn't real, is it? The screen glitches again, and everything freezes for a moment, the eerie wail lingering like a phantom in the room. My heart hammers against my ribs as the camera blinks back to life. The stream resumes. The screen flickers briefly before stabilizing. I'm gone. The camera tilts slightly to the side like someone or something has moved it. The room feels wrong, like the air itself is holding its breath. The only sound is the scream, faint at first but looping, growing louder with each pass. It scratches at the edges of sanity. I don't know how to explain what happened next. One moment I was there, the next it's like I wasn't, but I can still feel it, feel the room pressing down on me, hear that scream digging into my ears, and the camera, it's still rolling. The chat floods with frantic messages, their urgency matching the pounding in my chest. I can almost hear their voices through the screen, desperate and scared. Brooke, are you okay? Is this a prank? Call the police. I wanted to scream back at them, tell them I was here somewhere, anywhere, but my voice didn't work. My body didn't move. I wasn't sure if I was even real anymore. My pulse races as I watch, helpless, the movement too smooth, too purposeful, like the camera is alive. The door is ajar now, swinging slightly in the wind. Snow blows in, chilling the room, but something's wrong. There are no footprints leading outside, none coming in either. My stomach churned, the snow untouched, pristine. It felt like a warning, like the cabin itself was holding me hostage, and that scream, it didn't stop. It just kept building, louder, higher, tearing through every nerve I had left. The open door, the blackness beyond it yawning like a void. The wind howls, rattling the walls as if trying to force its way in. The screen glitches once more, the sound warping into something guttural, inhuman. The feed cuts to static. If you're watching this, don't look away. Whatever you do, don't turn off the stream. The next morning, my world is silent now and I am nowhere, or maybe I'm everywhere. Through some unseen tether, I can still see the cabin, empty and lifeless under the gray morning light. Police footage flickers in my mind like a fragmented memory, too real, too sharp, yet impossibly distant. The camera pans slowly across the cabin's interior, lingering on the details of my absence. My phone lies on the floor, its screen glowing faintly. The stream is still running. I thought it would stop when I was gone, that the camera would blink off, the world would move on. But the stream, it's still alive, still pulling them in, and I'm trapped here watching it all, feeling every second of it as if it were happening to me. Investigators move cautiously through the room, their voices low but clipped. The weight in their tone cuts through the thick, unnatural silence hanging in the air. It feels like the walls are listening. No sign of a struggle, it's like she just vanished. They saw the phone, still propped against its stand. The screen flickers slightly and the faint scream plays on a loop. But this time it's louder, harsher, clawing at the edges of the recording. The sound grows unbearable, pressing down like a physical weight. What about the sound? They hear it now, the scream. It's not just a sound, it's alive, tearing through the room like it knows. Like it wants more. I want to warn them, to beg them to stop, but the words catch in my throat. There's nothing I can do but watch. The chat is still active, the comments pouring in, frantic and terrified. Chat comments, someone stop the stream. It's getting louder. What is that thing in the corner? I can see it too, the corner. The shadows pooling there, shifting like they have a mind of their own. It's not just the scream anymore, it's them. They found their way in and they're not done. Not yet. That one lingers on the darkened corner of the cabin. The shadows deepen, twisting and stretching toward the investigators. The scream warps, a guttural sound rising beneath it. The screen glitches, freezing just before the feed cuts out entirely. If you're watching this, don't look too long, don't listen. It's already too late for me, but maybe not for you.